Hello baby queers and welcome back to my channel. Like promised, it is time for some neurodivergent memes. And I also have a few TikToks because I realized I have like fairly little autism content in these videos because I have ADHD and I get so much ADHD content. But I want to include some autism TikToks. I'll put those at the end. But now, before we get started, you know the deal. Go get hydrated. Drink some water, drink some tea, and then come back. Yes? Good. Let's go. ADHD is my brain going into no more talkie mode for a day or two after 2 or 3 days of consistent verbal discourse with people. Just literally, I'm surprised this hasn't happened this week. Not even because I was talking that much to people, but when people talk so much around me, because this week was just very busy at work, I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I wonder how I'll feel next week, though. When you lose important items because you didn't pay attention to where you last placed them and your anger spikes from 1 to 100 because of emotional dysregulation from ADHD. Where are they? Oh, literally, it's so bad. And then when you find them, because you turn around to walk away because you're so angry, it's like, oh, there they are, okay. And then you're just like completely at a zero again. And people are so confused by it. But it always happens. It always happens. My ADHD, something I'm initially good at. Is this my new purpose in life? Yes. It must be. If you're initially good at it, it must be your purpose. And if you're not immediately like good at it, then you shouldn't do it. You know, that's what it feels like, because it's just so frustrating to not be able to do something. Literally, it's so frustrating. ADHD is getting excited to share something you've been hyper-focusing on for an hour that the compulsion to share overrides expressing deep emotional reactions to any news that counters the hyperfixated state your mind is in. Yes, very sad. Anyways, I feel like this could actually also happen with autism, right? If you like want to info them about a topic because you're so focused on it that you can't really focus on the fact that you actually do care what the other person is trying to say. Well, very sad. Anyways, now, this is literally a conversation from a V-Live. Hannah, do you remember seeing Twice at the company? I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Conversations like these will happen about literally anything. It's like, oh, do you remember when we... No. Maybe. Sometimes, yes. Autistic people at 3 a.m. Wait, I need to buy something for my latest hyperfixation. Not being able to sleep because you want to know more about a topic, or because you're looking for like a very specific thing for your latest hyperfixation, like if it's a hobby or something. Yeah. The one chore I got done today, me very proud. I feel like I said this before in a neurodivergent video, but literally some days just do be like this. And listen, it's better to be proud of small achievements, like getting one chore done, than feel bad about it because you only got one thing done. Literally, you got it done, you be proud of it. You know, when you're in sensory overload and someone tries to interact with you, stop. Just stop. Seriously, you need to stop. Literally, yes. Just, oh my god. Just quiet, dark, preferably, because I don't know, I just have very light sensitive eyes. It's very annoying. But yeah, literally just don't. Just back off. You know? Society be like, neurodivergents, neurotypicals, you're just not trying hard enough. You need to get a planner. I lost my phone too once, lol. Everyone's a little ADHD. I think every human does things that are very typical for ADHD, like misplacing a phone or forgetting things, or things like that, like walking into a room and forgetting what you were going to do. Everyone does those things. But the amount of times that happens, or like the severity of those things, are very much not typical. Because literally ADHD brains just work differently. And it's not because we're lazy or not trying hard enough. And literally, neurotypicals are frustrating sometimes, Wait. Oh, what the hell was I about to Google? Okay, literally, this might be one of the worst feelings. Because you still have that I need to know the thing feeling of urgency, but you can't remember what it was about. Literally one of the worst feelings. It's just one of the worst feelings. And then it always comes back at the most inconvenient time, like when you're trying to fall asleep. Then you suddenly remember, wait, I wanted to know about this thing. And then you have to get up and Google it. Oh well. Me, trying to make small talk. I noticed that you're wearing a shirt. Yes. A very nice shirt you have there. Small talk is so uncomfortable because it's so pointless. Right? It's just you're saying stuff, but none of it means anything. And so it just feels so pointless that it's so physically painfully uncomfortable to do it. Me. My subtitles. I can't hear without my subtitles. Okay, but literally, I can't hear without my subtitles. I just can't. I don't know how I talk to people every day. And literally, this is why phone calls are so very annoying for a lot of people, especially if you have auditory processing disorders, because being able to look at like the mouth of the other person might actually help you understand what they're saying. But over phones, it's just difficult because your brain just lagging on like the, oh hey, this is what the other person said. Literally, I never watch anything without subtitles. Just no. Me, making myself focus for 30 seconds so I don't accidentally double my meds. You're taking your pill now. Visually watch it happen. This is just so true. And then also today I forgot. And literally because I never take my ADHD meds, but I've been taking them this week because I felt like I probably was going to need them because I knew this week was going to be really busy. And then today I forgot them at lunch. So I took them at like 3:30. I'm literally not supposed to take them that late, but I did. I don't know if it'll affect my sleep. I hope not. Okay, once again, I have an appointment at 1:30, so I have no choice but to spend all morning doing nothing. Literally the worst thing. Also, I don't get people who have like a meeting at 10, and then it's like 9:59, and they're still like starting a new task. They're just like, oh wait, I can just get this thing done really quickly. Like, how does that work? How does that work? When you have to read the same page over and over because you keep zoning out. I feel like this is literally why I never read. Because I know this is gonna happen, and that's why I can't even make myself start reading. Oh well. Before proceeding, you must identify the image below. House, bed, plane. To be fair, I've never watched Snoopy. But I felt like sitting on things that probably aren't chairs is very queer and also very neurodivergent. Because sitting properly in chairs, literally I'm sitting on my right foot and my left leg is like also right here. So, who sits on chairs properly? Come on. Friend, you wanna come out? Me? Nah, I can't. I already got plans. The plans. Literally, what's your point? These seem like very solid plans. I would be way too warm. But apart from that, very solid plan. Okay, I hate it when people ask me to explain my thought process. Like, hell if I know. What's going on in that head of yours? Nothing I want to be a part of. Both of these, yes. Because thought process, by the time I've gotten anywhere with my thought process, I've already forgotten like 2/3 of the thought process that got me there. Don't ask me to explain my thought process. And literally, we love our head just going off in directions we don't want to be in. So both of these, why do I like calling myself out actually? I feel like that's all these videos are. Anyways, I've gotten nothing done today, but I'm still overwhelmed. That's okay. Your self-worth isn't based on your productivity. I guess I keep forgetting that. So do you, reader. Stop doing that, okay? I know you're not actually... Well, maybe you read along, but this means you as well, by the way. Yes? Good. Having ADHD is like driving a car with autopilot, but instead of taking you to your destination, it takes you on an all-day expedition to some obscure, far-off place, because the name sounded interesting. Or it just stops in the closest parking lot and refuses to move. Why does this analogy work so well? But yes, I think everyone's motivated by interest, but I love how neurotypicals can focus on priorities, because it's like, oh, it isn't interesting to me at all, but it's important, so I'll get it done. How? I've never understood it. Literally, until it's like last second and it's so urgent that you absolutely have to get it done, it's probably not getting done. Fucking around for 3 days and then making a Herculean effort on day 4 that restores your average progress to what moderately inept person would have achieved with consistent effort. That's what it's all about. What did I just say? Literally, unless it's urgent, it's not happening. So, what is this consistent effort you're talking about? What is that? How does that work? Alright, dopamine. Okay, never mind. Me is labeled as too weird to be in a relationship with. Some random people on the internet. You know, just find someone neurodivergent or ADHD. Me. Where are they? Well, yes. Yeah, might actually be a good idea. Should there be a dating app for neurodivergent people? Maybe. I don't know. I think probably, yes, because then if you do only want to date other neurodivergent people, it would just make it easier. You know? When you realize everyone's waiting for you to answer the boss's big question, but you were zoned out. I think the answer is obvious. I think I've mastered the art of looking like I'm paying attention without paying attention too well. Because if you looked like you were zoned out, you might still get in trouble, but at least people don't expect you to actually know what you're talking about. You know? But yeah, I feel like we've all done this when someone was talking to us. Recently diagnosed ADHDers, seasoned ADHDers. Okay, so experiencing contradicting emotions, flash emotions, and having a hard time understanding your own emotions is called emotional dysregulation in ADHD. I like how this one has like a totally different vibe from the ones earlier. Because depending on what text you put on it, the person getting screamed at is either just kind of confused and overwhelmed with all the new stuff, or just flat out annoyed, like in the previous one. ADHD Awareness Month, which is May, by the way. It is September, but anyways. You know exactly what I told you last night. Me, being a person with ADHD, having no clue what she's talking about. I feel like this is one of those moments where you really try to listen to the other person the day before, but you just couldn't. I'm sorry. I just also keep forgetting what I told someone. It's like, wait, did I tell you about the thing? Or like, did I tell you I'm not going to be home next weekend? Like, the answer is usually yes. Because it's important that the other person knows, so I told them, but then I forgot that I told them, so I just tell them again. Anyways, psychiatrist. Okay, just because you've developed ways to successfully compensate for your symptoms over the years doesn't mean they're not there. Me, from beneath a pile of bullet journals and calendars and spreadsheets and coffee and weekly breakdowns. Who, me? Especially the weekly breakdowns, and especially if you have so little emotional permanence that you just kind of forget about how awful it felt. So you're just like, oh, it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't a full breakdown. It's fine. But then it happens again, and you're just like, oh, wait, this is what happened. This is what it feels like on a weekly basis. It's fun. Honestly, I am such a slut for a casual intimacy, like laying on the floor together. Literally, again, not really a neurotypical meme in and of itself, but lying on floors is kind of comfortable. Some floors are more comfortable than others, though. So, that was all the memes, and now we have a few TikToks. Yeah, I mean, you know, I love it, and by love I mean hate. I love it when people infantilize autistic people. It's amazing. It's amazing. Because I think she commonly also gets the, oh, but you don't seem autistic kind of thing. But literally, people don't understand autism at all.
I'm actually autistic. Oh, really? I work with autistic children. Oh, cool. Yeah, but like really low functioning ones, not like you. I mean, that's a bit of an outdated term, and I struggle with quite a lot, actually. What do you mean? I literally have kids that can't even do anything. I'm not saying that the people you work with don't have support needs. I'm just saying that low and high functioning labels, they're quite toxic. We use them all of the time. Yeah, and that's the problem. It tells people that you're either at one end or the other. No, you're high functioning because you can speak to me. What? I am literally autistic and I'm telling you that this is wrong. And I literally work with autistic children. Yes, but I am autistic and I'm telling you it's not right. But I work with autistic children and I am autistic. Yeah, but surely I've got more experience than you. I live with it in myself every day. I work with autistic children, so I know better.
Okay, literally just imagining this happening and seeing it acted out, knowing it's the same person just making it up, is so frustrating because you know what happens. Because again, people don't understand autism. And even when they say they do because they work with autistic children, or like, oh, but my nephew has autism and you're nothing like him. Like, it's so frustrating. Oh my god. Anyways, you know, maybe just listen to people who have experience living with the thing, whatever the thing is. Like, if it's about autism, obviously maybe listen to autistic people who know what autism is like way better than people who have like studied about it theoretically or something. Because yeah, or like if it's about ADHD, what it's like, or whatever. Because from an outside perspective, it's always more difficult to understand. But this is not even trying to understand. This is just trying to be right, even though you're kind of not. You're just not. Oh, Oh god. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Oh, amazing, yeah. How much discomfort was this person in making this? Literally, my sensory issues are kinda bad. Like, even just thinking about touching velvet is so uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. How much pain were you in making this? Oh my god. But literally, uncomfortable clothes with bad textures or like tags. I hate it. Loud places. I don't know, like concerts are kind of fine for me. But honestly, it's kind of understandable. It's understandable. But mixed foods, why? I can't be the only one who has like different sensory issues. Like some days or weeks, like especially if my like emotional state overall is pretty good, then my sensory issues, like especially regarding food, lights are always awful, but like regarding foods and like noises aren't as bad. Like I'm able to like let that go way easier, because when I'm in a bad mood, everything's just so much worse. But some days, even when I'm in a like having a good day, my mouth is just like, no, we're not eating the food. No, it's not happening today. Why? Anyways. Okay, but unexpected textures or tastes are the worst, which is why so many autistic people are so tentative about trying new foods, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna like the texture or if you're literally gonna vomit. So yes, very understandable. Maybe give someone a pre-warning, because you know your kid got autism. Like, they're an adult. You should know this by now. Did I talk about info dumping earlier? Anyways, yes. Being so hyperfixated on your special interests or your latest hyperfixation, pretty common. Honestly, I'm not sure I get the not knowing, because I don't like to plan my time, because then I'm frustrated with it. Like, if I make it plan for myself, it's kind of okay actually, but I still get frustrated with it a lot. But when other people make plans for me for like, oh hey, we still need to do these things, it's like, no, don't do it. And thirdly, if you don't organize it yourself, it's not going to be perfect, because other people have weird ideas. Other people have weird ideas. It's just how it works. Anyways, that's actually all the TikToks I have. I didn't want to save too many, because I didn't know how long this video was going to be. But anyways, if you want more TikToks, or if you want like a whole TikTok video again, let me know. If you want more autism content, let me know. And I will be back in 3 days with my next video. Once again, I have no idea what it is. You just gonna have to wait, But anyways, see you then.